Hi everybody, this is Roxy, and I just wanted to show a little project that I'm working on. I saw this on Eiley Silver's YouTube channel, and her channel is ILEYSSILVER. She and I swapped a primitive toilet paper roll mini, and that's via our Your Paper Pantry's primitive swap group, and that is headed by Little Lulu Scraps here on YouTube, Laura. And Eiley found some really cool stamped images on Etsy, and she has a video. I'll put the link down below. She's got a video on how those came out. They're so cool. And she tried to make some herself, and then I tried to make some myself. And it's just using wrapping, the packaging paper. This usually comes on a roll. I found a roll of this, huge roll of it, for $1 at a local parochial school was closing. So I found a big, huge roll of it. So I coffee stained it. I just cut pieces like this up, not straight, just random. And I have a enamel pan that I use for tea staining and whatnot, so I don't ruin any of my pans. Put in boiling hot water, and then my coffee grounds, after my coffee pot made my coffee the other day, I took the coffee grounds, put them in I usually have a gold filter basket or whatever, but I put it in an actual paper filter, and then I tied that up and put it in the pan of boiling water. I usually add black tea, just cheap Lipton black tea bags. This time I didn't. I think I'm going to try it again with it, because while it did darken it a little bit, I kind of want more stainy stuff. And then usually what I do, and I didn't do it this time, I'm going to do it the next time, is when I put the papers out, or my tags or whatever out to dry, I open up that little pouch of wet coffee grounds, and then I sprinkle it on all the paper. And I'll show that process when I do it again, because then that'll give kind of little stains, and I think I want that on these. But anyway, so the tags that Eiley found were so adorable, and I've got some more ideas for them too from her video. I'm totally scrap lifting it. So I just went online and found rubber stamps that have a primitive impression. They're really hard to find. Another thing that's hard to find is the definition of primitive. You've got Native American primitive, folk art type primitive, Americana primitive, colonial primitive, and it seems to kind of be a style that you can incorporate any and all of those. So, if that makes any sense. Log cabin primitive, compared to saltbox primitive as styles of homes. So I started making my little designs. First I just pencil sketched them out, which of course I like the pencil sketches best. I found a little cat stamp, a little cow, some houses, and then sheep seems to be kind of a huge factor. I think it's because it was all about homemade, surviving off the land. The shaker community was kind of big, or it's kind of, you see a lot of that when you look for primitive or whatever, where you look at when you see the primitive styles and stuff. These little willow trees are kind of big, and then black crows for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to try to find out. Of course, hearts, and kind of just homespun. Home is where the heart is, pineapples, whatever. So here's my little attempts on my distressed paper, my little lambs, and then this lamb I thought was really cute with the little curly cues and the heart. And I'm using my Tim Holtz Distress markers, and here's a tip. I had mine sitting on my, I knew it. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. So here's what I learned is when I went to do these, I hadn't used my distress markers for 2 months since I bought them, And I've had them up like this. Well, some of you probably know this. I didn't. When I went to use them, they were dried out. And I thought, and like half of them were dried out, either one end or the other. And I thought, that's weird. So I went on Ranger's site and found out there's a reason why they have this hexagon top. You're supposed to store them this way, because the barrel inside will flow more evenly then, which makes sense, but I don't think Copics are like that I know of. I mean, I've stored my Copics up like that. So anyways, if you have them like that and they're dried out, store them like this 24 hours. It said that the markers will be ready to go. So we'll try, because there were a lot that weren't ready to go last night. There was one, is it Stormy Sky? Stormy Sky, I think. Yeah, it's this one. It comes out purple. Where am I? Isn't that weird? Look at that. If you can see it. It's like purple instead of blue. So I'm going to call them about that or find out if that's normal. Okay, so here's the rest of the, well, here's the lambs. I showed those. And then here's my little cow on stilts. And then my first attempt with markers in a house, I don't like it. I like this one better. And see how it's not perfect? That's fine in primitive speak, or in primitive land, because you want it to be somewhat crude. You know, the shapes are obviously simple and kind of crude drawings. So you don't have to be a real artist. That's my little crow holding a star. You see this a lot. And I don't know why, but I'll find out. Here's another house. I like that one. I like that green and brown. That's brushed corduroy, I think. No, vintage photo. I like how that one turned out. And then the green is, oops, I should put it in camera. Okay, so that's, maybe that is brushed corduroy. And then the green was, I love this green, forest moss, I love it. And that's kind of, you want kind of colonial colors. Seems to be like, that's fired brick, but I like the aged mahogany better. And then here's one of my little willows. Okay, so then I'll show you how simpy it is. Easy peasy. And some of them I drew outlined, like especially the houses and the animals. I outlined with a marker, so. See, this isn't working yet. So the 24 hours is a lie. Ugh, there. Okay, so then I used, instead of the Tim Holtz one, because it wasn't working, so it must need more than 20. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that, because I put it on the side last night about 10 o'clock. So I'll give him more time. Okay, so I'll come down like this. I'm just using a tray because it's crows have kind of long tails. I don't know, because there's a ton of them outside. See, it's like really simpy. Oops, I can't even make a star. Alright, that's a spider on the crows. I don't know why I didn't make the star right. Okay, but once you get it all colored in, I do like these Tim Holtz markers. They're nice and flowy. And I actually have some Ginny Bolin stars from days gone by, and I'm going to put that on the in there. There. It's really bad. It's really an ugly bird, but that's how easy. I mean, it's not that bad. It looks like a bird. It's like a little crow. Where is he? So anyways, I'm going to do some more. Like I said, I found some sketches. Eiley had a couple of these that had like a pencil sketch of Abraham Lincoln and another one of George Washington. I thought that'd be kind of cool, so I found some online. I'm going to try printing them out off my printer and see how that works. But so these are really fun. Try them out. They're just, I mean, the primitive look, we don't have it in our house per se, but we do have a lot of antiques, and I think it can be incorporated if you do have kind of an antique-y look, or a even modern. I think you could have like a little folk art piece, or, you know, that's just how we are. We're kind of more eclectic than focused on one style or one era of decorating or antiques or whatever. But anyways, so try it out. They're super fun. It's just like you're coloring again. So have fun. Bye.